What's up, everyone? This is Dyana Rozay. Welcome to my channel. Come on in, you guys. We are here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, episode 2. If you guys can hear the sound of my voice, please let me know by putting your city in the chat, and I'm gonna give you a shout out real quick, okay? What's up? What's up? Hey, everyone. Look like Angela's coming in from H-Town. Here's the disclaimers. Okay, I am talking about reality TV, pop culture. Everything that is discussed is opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Okay, you guys. So come on in, come on in. What is up? I see Cookie from the Shy. What's up? What's up, Philadelphia? What's up, Indy? I got St. Louis in the house. What's up? Atlanta, South Carolina, Tampa. Ooh, they're coming up fast for me, child. Let's see. I have California. What's up? Florida, Texas, Hamden. What's up? Georgia again, Pearland. Hey, everybody. What's up, Orlando? 155 of you are in the house right now. Make sure that you say hello and hit that like button, okay? That's how you say hello over here. What's up, Virginia, New York City, Baton Rouge. What's up? What's up? Louisiana again. Y'all, did y'all see what happened tonight? Mother truckers were tripping. Oh my God. Oh my God. What's up, clone? Are you here?
I'm here.
All right. My sister is in the house too, y'all. I don't know. I'm sitting here talking. I forgot to introduce her. My sister Clone is in the house. We got some drinks that we made tonight. Let me see. Let me get the drinks up, child. Here's the drinks. Everybody, I hope y'all got a drink. We're going to have fun. Happy Mother's Day. Welcome, 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 everybody. I hope you guys have a beautiful Mother's Day tomorrow. I hope y'all had a beautiful Mother's Day today, okay? Hope you celebrated all weekend, okay? So let's start there. But we're getting our little drinks on, child, because we got a lot to talk about. This episode was actually kind of hilarious to me. Clone, what is this called? What's this drink? The drinks.
Oh, it's prickly pear lemonade.
Prickly pear lemonade. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she got the prickly pear lemonade together. Okay. What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Woo, child.
Hey, Cookie.
Y'all see that train wreck? Oh, she said, hey, Pacino.
Hey, Pacino rules.
Hey, Cookie.
Mm-hmm. Pisces life. Hello.
Yes. Listen, y'all. That was funny. I'm sorry. I thought it was hilarious. They are going to make this entire season about Melody's fan base. First, the millimeters were called broke, bitter, miserable, and now we're deplorable.
I know.
Wow.
Oh, gosh. Brainless. Listen. Deplorable and brainless is what he called us.
So deplorable and brainless, huh?
Mm-hmm. I thought it was funny.
God. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Ooh, hold on. Let me get my screen back up. So, anywho, we are talking about what happened today. Okay, can y'all hear me again? Can y'all hear me? Sorry that the audio, my microphone was messing up. Okay, so let me read y'all comments. Okay, hold on. All right, what is up? What is up? Okay, we're back on screen. We're back on screen. 111, you can hear me. Can you hear me now? I see the ones. Hopefully that means that you can hear me. Yep. Okay, perfect. Okay, so anyway, these are some funny ass clowns. That's all I'm going to say. It was hilarious. That entire scene was hilarious. I didn't view. Came in for your commentary. Millimeters are exposing the truths. Child, people are pissed. Okay, so let's get into it, child. Might as well get into it. We're going to talk about it. Y'all put y'all comments over here. If you didn't see it, I would almost say it's worth watching. This was actually not a horrible episode. Oh, I am wearing my shirt today. I like to wear these rock and roll tees. This is Blondie. Y'all remember Blondie from back in the day? What's happening
Mm-hmm.
with the kids? I don't. I don't remember the rest. I think I just sang real high on my voice, and that was it. But anywho, let's talk, child. We're talking about Sunny and Moses. Sunny and Moses got their asses handed to them. It sounds like
Yeah.
at that podcast event. They said they did not know how they were going to be received, and it was a hot mess. People were booing them. I heard someone say, "Tell the truth." Like people were, it just wasn't well received. Not well received, child. It was bad. But it picked up where it left off, right?
It did.
With Sunny and Moses. And they're at the podcast event. Carlos said that it was a surprise to bring them onto the stage. Oh, Dustin is interviewing Sunny now. Good, because I'll go back and watch what he has to say with her and then come back and talk to y'all at a different time, okay? But thank you for letting me know, Aquarius. Anyway, she comes out. She knows what life looks like behind the camera, but she also knows what people expect in front of the camera. So she brought it. She came to the stage ready to say what she needed to say. Okay.
Yes.
Moses, I've been getting a lot of comments about Moses ahead of this episode, and people said that he did not come across believable. Now, they didn't play a whole lot of conversation from him, but the part they did play, he definitely looked nervous to me.
I would say he looked nervous as well. To me, he looked nervous.
Carlos said something like, "We were waiting to see you on the show with Destiny. You never showed up. And now here you are for Sunny." And he kind of gave this nervous laugh. And you could tell that he was trying to, for me, I don't know about anybody else, I could tell that he was trying to, like, you know, buck up for the occasion, because they knew that what they were doing was controversial. So they were trying to lean into it, but also explain their side. And for the most part, Sunny said, I don't owe Destiny shit. We're not friends. And I'm not going to sit here and tiptoe around, you know, her feelings, when the truth of the matter is Moses, I hate to say it this way, but had a dirty dick before I met him. Like, he was dating several women when I met him.
Right.
And it just so turns out, you know, it turns out he and I ended up really falling in love and getting married. That's how she explained it. I don't know what y'all heard. But she also said, you know, I know a lot of people have been saying, including Destiny, that she's known Moses for over 15 years. Sunny is Moses's second wife. And they just had an on again, off again relationship. When Carlos asked specifics, like, did you break up with Destiny? He was like, no. And it sounds like that was just always the way of their relationship. We might get hot and heavy for a minute, and then things just die down. We go our separate ways, and nobody knows what's going on, which is not a relationship, by the way. You're gonna need to have some solid, what are we doing? And it sounded like it never ever got to that place. 15 years is a long time for a man to play in your face. I'm sorry. So people are saying that they think Moses is a gold digger. Child, you know, I don't know what Sunny is. Is Sunny wealthy? What y'all know about Sunny? Give me the net. Give me her net figures, child, because I didn't know. I'm reading y'all comments, but people are saying that he's in it for the money. Really? You think so? They have a lot in common. They're both from St. Louis. They clearly have friends and family that know each other. So they might have a lot of things familiar. Y'all know Destiny has said, even on the show when she was with LeBaric, she enjoys long distance relationships. That means she's not looking to get really serious with anybody. I know she's going to come across and tell us some stuff about her and Moses, you know, making plans to have another baby and stuff like that. But you got to make plans like, am I living in where you live, or are you living where I live, in order for that to happen? So y'all let me know what y'all think. I just want to know. I know a lot of people feel this way. I just want to know what Sunny paid for Destiny. I just want to know what Sunny paid for Destiny. What do you mean by that? Why am I misunderstanding that question? Moses fell in love with Sunny's money. Okay. If he and Destiny were done, I agree. He doesn't owe her anything. Well, how do you know you're done if it looks like the rules of the relationship is we might get together for a minute, hold hands, take a few pictures in public, bounce around on a bed, and then when I'm kind of bored with you or done with you, I just move on. I don't even give you a call and say, hey, boo, I'm getting married, or hey, boo, I'm in another relationship. It's just a thing where they, you know, it sounds like it's a sometimey relationship. And I don't even know how long that shit goes on, but it shouldn't go on for 15 years ever.
Agreed.
That's my thoughts.
My question is, and I'm probably going to get some boos for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Why is the onus always on the woman? Why is Sunny the only one getting smoke here? Why is Moses not getting any smoke? Does Moses not owe an explanation to Destiny? He was the one that actually, they broke up or didn't break up. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened there, but am I wrong?
Moses has his own. I don't know. We just seem to give women more than we do the guys. My thing is, we listen. You date, you've lived some life. Y'all know there might be a relationship that you have and you go back and forth with, but it should never be for 15 years. That's pretty crazy. 15 years is a long time. So you're waiting around for him to divorce. He waited around for you to divorce. And I don't even know if it was a real wait. It was just what y'all do. Y'all just do each other in the between time. Maybe sometimes while y'all still in a relationship with someone. Sunny said that she helped Destiny out. Yeah, we're going to get to that, child. That was the last part. It was bad.
It was.
It was bad. 470 of you are in the building. Make sure that you say hello by hitting the like button, please, and thank you. Why would you be planning to have a baby with someone who never took you seriously? That's what I'm talking about, Jonetta. Okay, let's just give them some booze for everybody at this point. I say both Sunny and Destiny, or excuse me, both Sunny, Destiny, and Moses. Okay, put them all in the mix. Yeah. I'm not buying that. That Destiny was heartbroken though.
I'm not buying it either. I'm not buying it. I think the storyline is, I don't know. It's a little bit too much, too soon.
Too much too soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with the storyline. For me, I'm okay with how they introduce Sunny and Moses. I actually like Sunny. I think that if she is going to stay on the show, I think she has a lot of energy.
She does.
And she's not letting anybody run her over. Not Tisha, not Carlos King, nobody on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Not nobody. She says what she wants to say. And I like that about her. She understands that part. Some people will get real tongue tied and don't know what to do. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. Bullshit. You know what you're coming in for when you come on the show.
Right.
Let's see. Angela, I don't know what you were trying to say there. Looked like you got messed up. Let's see. I still don't know where all the hate comes from for Sunny. Destiny said that they were not together, so Sunny didn't take anyone's man. Well, she point blank said that. She said he was not married and he was not in a relationship with Destiny. Apparently, Destiny and Moses's last conversation was January 3rd. They gave a timeline when Sunny and Moses actually met. It was like what, January 9th. And then he didn't get her phone number until they said July of 2023. So there was some months that passed. Kiki said that Moses is definitely a dirtbag in her opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like that? You feel he's a dirtbag?
I don't know that I feel like he's a dirtbag. I do feel like the storyline is a bit, I think I'm going to go with Pacino rules. I agree. I think it's contrived. And they're pushing it really hard to make it a prominent storyline right now. And I think it's a little too much. I think they need to pull back a bit.
So how do you want someone to introduce a storyline? You got 15 weeks to put a show together, and you got to get people involved. So how do you want them to do it? If that was
but not this way.
If that's the way they brought him on, I think that it's because they're trying to introduce the storyline. It's really hard to introduce a storyline especially when everybody else's stories are already out there. And Melody and Martell's story always takes precedent over anybody else's story. They have so much going on that you would almost have to, take someone's life in order for it to be on the same platform or playing field.
Gotcha.
But when it comes to Sunny and we have Destiny, if either people want her there or you don't want her there.
Right.
So you'd rather not have them on the show.
I don't know that I'd rather not have them on the show. I just think they're pushing it a little too hard. They're pushing it a little too hard, and they're almost making it a fight, and I don't really think it needs to be one.
Okay. So you don't like the Moses and Sunny storyline. So, but that's pretty much it. We're going to go to the next one. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about that part?
No, just that, if we're going to put Sunny on some sort of hook here, I think Moses needs to be on one too.
Are you talking about the audience? Or are you talking about the show?
The show. The show is the one that's actually putting them on these, they're the ones that are putting them on the hook. They're the one they're coming after Sunny heavy. I mean, Tisha comes after her heavy. Kimmy comes after her heavy. Destiny came after her heavy in the last episode, but no one's saying anything about Moses. He basically gets a pass. It's like boys will be boys, but there's a girl code and women should just know better.
Oh, I don't think that they're coming after them heavy, to be honest. I think that's probably the lightest part of the show. I think maybe, I don't know. That's just my feeling. I understand. I respect what you're saying. It didn't feel heavy for me though. I just thought it was just regular conversation. That's usually what they do on the show.
Okay.
But I understand, but I think that they are going to bring Moses on. And so we're going to see what's going on.
Okay.
So you understand what you're saying, Sloan. Well, her name is Clone.
Who?
She says Sloan.
Oh, I get it. It's fine. I can be Sloan today. I'm just joking. I'm Clone.
Let me get the names up just in case people they may not see what you're talking about. If I can find the names, child. So the next part was who? Maurice, Marceau, and the other brother, child.
Yeah.
All right, you start this one.
Once again, it's just disappointing. I think it's disappointing. I think at this point, I don't know why no one is really stepping in and helping out Martell understand the difference between what he did and what he was called out for. Psychological abuse is a form of violence. Am I wrong? Can you hear me?
How do you expect someone to help a grown man, a 40-something-year-old grown man?
No, he needs help.
After a 5 to be helped out. The only thing that helps you out when you get to that age is jail time or something like that. But you can go to somebody's house and try to talk to somebody grown that they're going to hear you.
No, because I still feel like the people that are around him or the conversations that they're having is still trying to make it seem like it's lighter than what it is. In my opinion, it is no less serious or less dangerous than physical violence. You are doing something to try to gain or maintain power, control, intimidate, manipulate, humiliate, dominate, do something to try to make that other person feel trapped and gain control over a victim. And I really just think they need to get control over that part of the storyline.
Okay. I don't know where to come from. I was not expecting you to say that. I don't even know where to start. Because so how do you expect this feels so heavy? How do you expect
I'm not doing it to make it feel heavy. I just really think that I think sometimes they're making a little bit too much light of it, and I think they need to actually. And I'm not just saying it for Martell. I don't know that Martell will ever get it, but I do feel that the rest of the cast should. And they're basically just saying shut up to shut up.
Okay, child. Well, my expectation was not for them to even help him comprehend anything. I
Okay.
think that Martell is a grown-ass man, and I don't think these people are actually friends in any capacity. I don't think they hang out with each other. I don't
Okay.
think they do anything together. I think that we put too much on the show to make Martell, to grow Martell up. That's what I
Right.
think. I think
Okay.
Martell has a mama. He has a daddy who went to jail and came home. I think that he has 5 children, and he has people around him who should who understands that he's never going to get it. And when you have
Mm-hmm.
a person that never going to get it, you make decisions like Melody did to say, okay, let's get the court involved. Let's get the police department involved.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I think that asking people who work on a TV show and who has to film an hour, 2 hours with him to make him get it is way too much. And I know that people say that, and I've said it before in the past, but at this point where they stand, Martell is so fucking grown. I apologize. Didn't mean to curse. He is so grown, and he is
Mm-hmm.
so responsible for his very own actions.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that was missing in the conversation that they attempted to have with him, because it was more jokes than actual, I don't know, a real conversation,
Right.
was, why aren't you making your girlfriend responsible for the bullshit that she puts out into the atmosphere? You and Mel are divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Been divorced, and Martell coming to the scene saying things like, well, I've been quiet. I put up a white flag. She's the one who does X, Y, and Z. I don't know why they didn't bring in the conversation of, Martell, did your girlfriend, in the same way they said, did you just do something with a blogger? Did you just talk to a blogger? Aren't you poking the bear? The question should have been, how are you letting your girlfriend have conversations about your ex-wife and the show and
Mm-hmm.
whoever else, and not holding her accountable or responsible? Aren't you tired of getting burned every freaking time? Haven't you lost everything because of this girl? Like, outside of saying that, and not even saying it because, listen, sir, I want to see the best for you, but saying it because, damn, we really have watched you slide down an entire razor blade into the pits of hell.
Mm-hmm.
When do you want to come back up on the grass, on the surface level? When do you want to catch a breeze? It's too much. That part's too much. Let me see. Let's see. Thank y'all. Come on in. 619 of you are watching. So please make sure that y'all hit the like button. Deplorable and brainless sounds like something that deplorable, brainless people would say. We come from all walks of life. We're educated people with all types of degrees behind our names. So you are responding to Marceau calling, saying that Melody has a fan base that's deplorable. And I actually, I'm not going to lie, I laughed because I thought you literally repeated everything that you said the deplorables
Right.
about the situation, so
Right.
that not only are you deplorable, but you're a fan too, boo. Okay,
Right. You have to be. Yeah.
millimeters against everybody's sweat. That's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Coleslaw needs her head tagged too. That's the only thing that was actually missing, or not the only thing. That was the one thing that was important, because the truth of the matter is, and y'all will hear this next week based on the comments. I've been saying this for a minute. Melody let that Negro slide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Night it happened, August 27th or whatever, when he sent all that stuff to her, she got it. I shouldn't even say that she let her slide, because she's never told us that she let it slide. She got it. She actually said in one of the posts right after that happened,
Mm-hmm.
call my lawyer in 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So
Right.
whatever he sent to her, she sent it to her lawyer. They were already in family court. Some of the conversations that were being had in family court was, I really tried to set boundaries with this man because he has none. He has none when it comes to me. I'm sure she would have given that to the judge as proof that he has none. And so, no, she's not trying to give him the phone number all the time or tell him her whereabouts, things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's her point. Now, what we're going to hear coming up is the shit did happen in 2022. I did let him rock, right? I didn't
Mm-hmm.
call police. I didn't go get a warrant.
Right.
2023, his baby mama wants to put my damn business about what he and I did
Mm-hmm.
out to the public. Now, allegedly, she had a conversation with the blogger, and the blogger was like, oh shit, let me push this out here, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it happened. It happened, which means that your baby mother really has no respect. Not only, I wouldn't even expect her to have respect for me as the ex-wife, but she has no respect for you either, because she keeps doing shit that gets your ass caught up. Either you're losing your $1 billion lottery ticket, which I talked to y'all about the other week.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that Martell has lost is because of her, but he doesn't see it as her. He sees it as Melody, and that is the reason why he keeps coming like he does, because the person who was able to attain a huge amount of wealth and lifestyle and favor because of Melody. It's the facts, and he has not been able to recoup it since. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get too far behind, but that's how I see it.
Okay.
I see it as I think that we're asking too much of two knuckleheads. Maurice and Marceau is the last people that should be mentoring or doing anything else. Just
Right.
whatever. They're Maurice and Marceau. Not a lot of people will take a whole lot they have to say for real anyway. And even in the conversation when they were like, "You need to hang with us," and Martell was like, "I don't. I won't
Yeah,
hang."
he's like, I'll pass.
I'll
Yeah.
pass. Let's see. A trick like Martell, the least of the things that could happen to him would be going to jail. But the way my family is set up, he would be history a long time ago.
Oh. You don't play with clowns and snakes.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, so that's what I think. I think that in season 8, I know in the earlier seasons, this is just for me, in the earlier seasons, because I've gone back and I've watched this show so many times with all the information that's come out,
Mm-hmm.
like you can watch it with a new set of eyes and still it comes back like, wow, this is crazy even now. But when you're watching it in the beginning of those seasons, you're thinking, well, if these people are all friends, why aren't the guys holding Martell and more accountable? And now that these relationships we know were severed long before the show even started, they were not friends. When Melody shows up on season 1,
Mm-hmm.
her friendship with Tisha and with Kimmy, this is a rebuild. When they come on set, it's a rebuild.
Okay.
She doesn't fool with any of them. And Martell, it was actually Melody who was actually more open to the friendships and coming back together in the comeback group than Martell. Martell actually wanted to whoop Marceau's ass like the first two seasons. He was threatening him. He didn't want to be in the same room with him. So, in my opinion, I don't think they're friends. I think that they are coworkers and associates at best. Okay.
Right. That makes sense. I guess I was just looking for other people to, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I was just looking for other people to on the show to say why it is the way that it is, but it is what it is. You're right. I mean, he has a lawyer, so I guess somebody could explain it to him.
He has a lawyer. That's right.
Right.
That's right. Once you start getting arrested, once you get them silver bracelets on,
right.
The person who is going to give you the best advice is the person you pay.
Right. That's very true.
They're the only ones who should be talking to you at that point. In fact, they usually tell you don't take advice from anybody else.
Right.
I'm the only one you should be taking advice from. Okay.
That's true.
So yeah, at this point, I'm not blaming anybody else for Martell except for Martell.
Except for Martell.
Making with his partner, because that's who that woman is. Okay.
Yeah. I agree. That you're absolutely right. The deplorable brainless stuff, that didn't bother me. I think it's hilarious listening to these guys try to clap back. I think it's great.
You know why it's hilarious? Again, because the entire time he was talking, he was saying to him exactly what the millimeters would say, that Martell is dumb, you're stupid, you're pushing things the whole way through, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, you repeated every single syllable that has come out of a millimeter's mouth. So welcome to the club, boo.
Right.
Welcome, sir. Man, get your
Your t-shirt is on the way. Exactly.
your extra large is on the way. Okay.
Exactly.
Didn't Melody throw him an extra
Yes.
t-shirt
Yep. She sure
season?
did.
Child, bye.
I know.
Ah,
Oh,
that's funny to me. Okay. What else y'all got going on? So that was pretty much it. I thought the scene between Martell and the brothers, the Scott brothers, was actually funny.
it was
It was
comical. Yeah.
never took accountability for anything. Martell played like he was the victim of every damn thing.
Right.
For whatever reason, they talk themselves around anything, never mentioning Ariane once. And I was like, why aren't you bringing her up in this conversation? Because she deserves this. She deserves a seat at the table. Okay. If you came over as friends, if you truly came over as friends, you would have said, child, what's going on with that girl you got at the house, boo? Like you would, I don't know if that's how they talk to each other, but sure. Sure. Let's see. What are you saying? Harlem World said, I can't believe people think Melody went too far by taking out a work. Can you imagine your intimate moments with your husband all over Beyonce's internet for the world to see forever? Yeah, I agree. But she took that warrant out, and she's going to have that conversation with Tisha and Kimmy next week. That basically, when that girl decided to have them tapes drop, or just have these words coming out of her mouth about me and saying that she saw the tape, who else saw the tape, and all this other shit, I knew it was time for me to go and have that conversation. So I'm looking forward. Oh,
Yeah.
look,
Hey, Charita Horton's in the chat.
what's up, Sharnita's World? How are you? How are you? Look, it's nice to see y'all. I appreciate you coming over, honey. But yeah, I thought it was the right thing to do, and I'm looking forward to this conversation. And again, someone had sent me an email or a message earlier today, a DM. I think it was today or yesterday, and I just want to repeat: there is not a lot of people who, the generations before us didn't have to deal with revenge P on video. You know what I'm saying? Something they didn't just carry around in their phones. That was my mother's generation or my grandmother's generation. So these laws that are, in place now is new for a lot of people. And like I said, sometimes you're so embarrassed that you don't talk about it. And when you talk about it, it's to people who never had that experience. So they don't even know what to tell you to do other than, oh girl, he's just hurt and he still loves you. All the dumb shit that people say instead of, you have rights and you need to go on down to the police department and find out what you can do. And I appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, that's what I think personally. But anywho, I'm still reading y'all comments, and yes, I have 782 of you in the house right now. Make sure you say hello to me by hitting that like button. Okay. And thank you to all of our mods that are here in the building right now. Okay. So the next person up, did you have anything else you wanted to say? Sorry.
No, nothing. I won't say nothing else. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Nothing else to say about that situation. I'm good.
Bring you no bad news, okay? Who's that? Ernestine? Ernestine from the Wiz. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. Okay. Stormy and Kiki is up next, child.
Oh, Stormy and Kiki. Oh.
Heavenly Father, child.
Wow. Stormy was like, where am I? And how did I get here?
Rooting for you, baby. We were all rooting for you. Damn.
Oh, I was rooting for Kiki. It really was.
I'm sorry. No. Listen.
I was.
Come on in. Hey, what is going on? Hey, Catrice, how are you? Baby, okay. Let's get into this. Y'all, I suffered secondhand embarrassment watching that scene.
Kiki.
And I typically don't get embarrassed I don't embarrass like that for others. But I was like, what is happening? What is she talking about?
Oh, she done blamed her mama for the whole damn thing.
How I kept pouring vodka into the glass, like, damn.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. Do I still like Kiki? I do. I think Kiki's hilarious.
I adore that woman, and I'm gonna need her to come back.
I do want her to come back. People F up all the time, okay?
Yes.
People do stuff all the time, child. But it was a moment where, and mainly I wanted to come back because I want her to redeem herself.
She's gotta redeem herself.
This episode.
Yeah.
With Melody and with Stormy. But y'all, Kiki came on, or Kiki's at home with her husband. Let's start where it happened. Kiki's at home with her husband, right? And Stormy shows up to visit, and Stormy is looking for answers about what happened that created the firestorm that went down on social media, on YouTube specifically, right?
Right.
With her and her mother, and how all the bloggers were basically had their names, Kiki and her mother's names, in their mouths for entire weeks. Okay, they gave like content for at least 2-3 damn weeks. It was a whole month, maybe longer, just about the relationships. And so Stormy came over and she was like, look, girl, I love you. I want to see you win. She said all the right things that you would say when you have a friend who has messed up, child. And when she came in the door, they hugged each other. It was actually really, really nice. They sit down, and Kiki wanted to talk about what happened at the reunion with Tisha. Tisha basically saying that Kiki and her husband had been cheating on each other. And so she wanted to clear the air with that. And Stormy was kind of like, I didn't come over here for no damn Tisha conversation. I could care less about Tisha. But they shared it, right?
Right.
Let's see. Diana, it's okay. Let Clone speak her mind. People will think what they want anyway. Oh, did I tell you that Clone was my sister?
Wait, who is this? VCU? Hey, VCU.
He has known me all of Clone's life, okay? I haven't known Clone all of my life. But
Hey, VCU. You leave her alone. You leave her alone.
Okay, back to Stormy. So Stormy, Stormy's sitting on the couch, and they, try to clear the air and say that was some shit that happened early in our relationship. We haven't been having affairs on each other, stuff like that. And
right.
was like, okay, enough of that, because I didn't come over for that. Let's move on. And she said, tell me, talk to me about what happened with how the information about what we do on the show, because literally we get hired to talk about our lives, and you're sharing this shit for free. Like, it's hard to come up with ideas and things that we can talk about. And then what happened? This is why I don't let Clone talk, because Clone be sitting up there bullshit.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember like the blow by blow of it. I just remember Stormy having a look on her face like, wow, why are you lying to me? And Kiki kept lying.
So yeah. She says to her, listen, at the end of the day, you had the entire internet on fire. You had social media on fire with all kinds of stuff
right
about this show. And Kiki said, listen, my mama's grown. I can't take up for my mama. I can't stop my mama from doing what my mama did. I was pissed as hell that my mama let all that stuff out the bag. And Stormy's eyes literally go like, bitch, are you out of your mind?
Right. She's like, Stormy's face said it all. It was hilarious.
She said, are you okay? And she said, you shouldn't be blaming anybody else. She said, you shouldn't be blaming anybody else. Let me see. Sharnita said, I have a strong question, Diana. Do you support or boycott not watching the show. This has my team's eyes open. So this is my feeling, Miss Charnita. I think that Miss Melody Cherie is a very intelligent woman. I think that she came onto this platform with a husband that she later referred to as the enemy, someone that she said, I was sleeping with the enemy. They were about to head to divorce and they decided to come back together and do the show. And she also had friends, or I won't even call them friends, but people that she had disassociated herself with, and they all came back to the show. And every season, Melody has walked onto that platform with her eyes wide open.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel. I think that her story is one that has not been told ever by a Black woman on TV. And I am team making sure everybody can, what's the word I'm looking for? We are getting to see decisions made by a person who is going through something in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there. And as a Black woman, I know that we would rather never talk to live in embarrassment and shame than saying, this is what happened to me. We're taught
Right.
to do that. We're taught to take it and shut the fuck up.
Right.
And I think that for the first time, we are seeing someone who is standing in it, facing it, and making decisions. And that alone is far greater
Mm-hmm.
than boycotting the show.
Correct.
That's what I think.
It holds so much power.
It holds power. I think that when we, like I just said, there's not a lot of people who know that they can go get a warrant, even though I know that we also will say things like, oh, you can, all you have to do is this. We like to attack each other. Black women like to attack each other by acting like we know more sometimes when we don't actually have the answers and probably just found out that day. Okay. But we like to say, all you have to do is blah, blah, blah. Like everybody should know it. And it's literally what keeps people quiet and living in shame instead of supporting people and saying, hey, you know what? This is what you should do. And this is how we should support. I think that's real. I think the shit that we're seeing on the TV show where people are saying, but it's just a text, that's as real as anything too. We don't give each other enough credit. We don't support each other enough. And we think we know all the answers, and then we'll let all kinds of time go by before we can call a thing a thing. And we have to start calling a thing when it happens to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. And I think that the show has been amazing at providing that information in real time. And it's the reason this community on YouTube exists in the first place.
Right.
That's what I think. I hope that makes sense. So
makes perfect
for
sense.
me, I've always liked the show. I don't know if you've ever followed me, but my words have always been the same. I've never changed my thought on Melody. Melody is smart. She has been strong in how she's handled herself. Bringing her story to the show every season, no matter what's going on with her, because she's being attacked outside of this. She's stupid. She should know better. Nobody likes her. Whatever these things are, she's still standing in it. She's still doing what she has to do. And the people that support her. But the message that she gets out goes out to thousands, hundreds of thousands
of women and men, anybody that's been abused.
And men. Anyone who's been abused. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I think that speaks volumes for me, coming from a family where I did see women beat up physically, emotionally, and basically them being told, you know, those wounds are going to heal. Keep it to yourself. Don't embarrass anybody. Don't embarrass the family. Don't call the police. That type of shit. We got to do better. We got to do better. And
especially
I think
since we're raising girls
who are saying this show needs to be off the air, they're saying it because they're embarrassed. They're a part of the embarrassment crowd. We don't want to see this about ourselves. We're seeing what's real, what's happening in real life all of the time with young people, all of the time. That's my opinion. So I appreciate you asking it. I hope that it explained something for you. Let's see. I love you too, VCU. I love you too.
I love you more, girl.
Don't think Moniece is abused. Alone. Okay. Let's see. As long as Melody is on the show, I'm going to support. Every year she has a choice to return. When she no longer returns, then I'll boycott. Every year she has a choice to return. Her name is on it as a VP. The things that are happening to her, and she's bringing to the show, and she's having conversations about it. Even for her, she may not understand exactly how much she's moving, how, the movement she's actually moving, right? It's the same as Cassius Clay. He didn't know until years later. Damn, did I do that? I had no idea I did that, right? Muhammad Ali. But you don't know until it's done. It just you're kind of just walking in it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, ask me another question. If you'd like to come up, Charita, I'd love to bring you up. I'd love to bring you up. Let me know if you want to come up and I'll drop the link. Let's see. Okay. Where was I? So anyway, Stormy basically says to Kiki,
What's wrong?
I'm reading the comments.
Okay.
Someone said that it's more about boycotting CK, but you're boycotting CK because you're embarrassed about the storyline. That's what I think. I've heard more people say, this isn't what black women. Oh, yes, it is. Black women goes through this type of stuff all of the time. All of the time. Yes, I have strong opinions. Okay, she wants to come up. Okay. All right, we're about to let Miss Charita up and see what she has to say. I'm intrigued. Okay, I'm dropping the link. And this is for Charita only. Here you go. Come on up, child. Do you see it, ma'am?
Did you want to finish up the Stormy section? Okay. If he decides to come up, then we can include her after that.
Okay. Hopefully you see it. I'll drop the link again if you need me to drop it again. But bottom line is, there's a part where Stormy tries to hold Kiki accountable and says, but it isn't your mother. Like, you were telling your mother things, and if your mother was repeating it, you're still responsible for that because you should know where it came from. Long story short, Stormy ends up basically, or it's not Stormy, Kiki ends up saying, listen, at the end of the day, it absolutely was my fault. And Stormy literally said, that's it. That's enough. Stop it there, child, because I already know that you still are blaming your mother. You'll never get out of this phase, and at least not right here. So in the meantime, we're just going to accept this as the apology. In confessional, she actually says, I still don't believe her. I think that she is lying and putting everything on her mama, and it's not true. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So she said, I'm coming. Okay. I'm coming, Miss Charita. I see you. So listen, I'll drop the link one more time just in case.
Who's mean mom? What about her mean mom? Who's mean mom?
Her mean mom. Are you talking about Betty?
Adonis Gamma?
Betty? Is she referring to Betty?
Oh, Stormy. Maybe. I don't know.
Stormy and her mother?
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Okay.
It isn't true that Melody didn't advertise the season this time, or she didn't promote the season this time. I think she is at a point of closure enough to move on.
Oh, maybe.
I am out of the business of trying to guess at it. I can tell you that. Okay, someone's saying,
that's a fair statement. Maybe that is, and if she decides to move on, then then she's made her decision, and that's good for her. She's done it for 7 years, and that's good.
Agreed. Okay, but look, Somalia Queen. Am I saying that right? Somali Queen. She said the hypocrisy of Stormy. She never holds her mother accountable, but expects others to. That's hilarious. So you didn't appreciate the conversation that she had with Stormy? I mean, there's only so many, with Kiki, there's only so many people that Kiki could film with. She's not filming with her cousins. So it was either Mel or Stormy that she had to film with for this particular conversation. And for a
Yeah.
lot of people, they wanted to make sure that they closed that up. So we're gonna bring up to the stage Miss Charita. What up, girl?
Hi, Sharnita.
Hey y'all.
Hi.
How are you?
Ooh, you talking some deep stuff, and uh, I got some questions.
Okay. Your voice sounds a little low for me. I don't know if it's for the
Okay.
audience. You're talking.
Hi.
Hey, y'all hear me?
I
Yep,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay,
Yep.
good, because I talk really loud, so I'm surprised that it's low. Hey everybody. Um.
Everybody's saying hello. They're giving you the green hearts and the warriors.
Can I see some purple
Some
too?
purple hearts up in there. Okay.
I hate to interrupt because you're a superstar in my eyes, and I like your topics, Jason. I'm on. I have to tell the hubby I'm on live. No, tell him that he'll say Lord. I won't
Okay.
say. Um,
Hey, Jason.
this Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I I know some people are boycotting, but they say out their mouths, "I love Melanie, but I'm not watching the show."
Hmm.
Being the VP of my own show, and also Jason being the VP of our EP. I'm sorry, EP
EP.
Hmm.
of our own show.
Mm-hmm.
I I can't imagine. It's gonna be some things on my show that y'all may dislike,
Uh-oh.
Not me, but go ahead. I,
or
I respect the themes, but yes, please. I like where this is going.
I just, if you say you support, I guess I'm a Scorpio. My loyalty lies in that person.
Hmm.
I may dislike some things on the show,
Right.
but if I support Melanie,
Hmm.
I I choose to watch the show. Now, are these people, are they saying this is cringe? This is messing my livelihood up. That's the reason why I can't watch the show. It has nothing to do with male, or this is disturbing my peace of my spirit. I'm not really understanding the not. I'm not watching the show because that don't help Melanie.
Right.
I totally agree with that part. I also, but I get that's not everybody can watch. It might trigger them, which is what you were saying. If it's messing
That
something up
okay.
and it
That's what I
Yeah.
triggers
was.
you, then don't watch. Um, I completely get that, but I also think um, just what you said, that we should support her. And I've said this from the beginning. If you guys have followed me from when I started reviewing this show, I literally said, watching the show, because I used to do human resources, which was a lot because you have to manage personalities. And I saw your episode when you had all of the crew for Jamaica, and I was like, "Oh, child, that's a lot."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
listen, you have to manage people's personalities. You're not managing people. You're literally managing personalities, and you got to figure out, you know, how to appeal to certain people, right?
Mhm.
And so for this show, not everybody may be able to handle it because the subject matter is too real
Yeah.
in this season that we're in. You know what I'm saying? For
Do
Black,
Hmm.
you think? Do you think it's a certain age group?
yes, I think that may be too.
Okay.
Because there's a similar subject matter that's happening right now on what is that show called? Something Rules, Vanderpump Rules. Vanderpump Rules has a similar subject matter with a bad boy. And right now, the show just wrapped, they did their reunion. Same deal. The girl's like, this show is disrespecting me. That's not that Melody did that, but some of the things that people have been saying, Carlos King is disrespecting Melody,
Mhm.
putting her in these
Okay.
situations. A lot of that subject matter, the things that I've heard said about this show is being spoken currently on Vanderpump Rules. Vanderpump Rules gets 800,000 views or more an
Mm.
episode. And
Mm.
we don't watch Vanderpump Rules, so we feel like it's just happening to us on this
Mhm.
show. because no other show has been brave enough to bring that storyline to the show.
Ooh,
And so that is how I see it, because I watch all reality TV,
yeah.
all the things that happens to be going on. And so when I'm watching it, I'm thinking, I don't think we understand how big
And
this actually is. Melody
yeah,
is big, and what is happening now can be a little bit of a mockery. Like we're making a little bit of a mockery of her story. I think
I guess
we make
I
it
don't,
small.
and I'm gonna be honest, it's no way I can keep up with all this stuff.
Hmm.
But one thing that caught my attention, I was the person who previously was on the phone with Dawn when she was taking that walk, and she didn't speak anything. She was taking a walk. She was exercising. She went live. I don't know if y'all seen it, and she was telling everybody to still support Melanie. Still, you know,
Hmm.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I saw it.
Mhm.
Um, I think Dawn been doing this for a long time, so she understands TV. All right, one or two people, even hundreds or even thousands, saying they boycott it, it's not going to make the effect that
Hmm.
people think. You know,
Hmm.
but with the example that you just use a platform like that,
Hmm.
where 800 and some thousand people are watching.
Hmm.
Now we're speaking, but I know something was different because it woke my team members up. Like,
Oh.
not many. I'm telling you, it's many content creators, and whenever I see when something when something wakes my team up, that means we're
Mhm.
talking.
Hmm.
That we're talking, and that was part of some of the things that I've been seeing is one of the reasons why I'm resting.
Hmm.
I'm in a resting state because I have the honor to see Melanie ahead of me. I always supported her and would never would have thought I'd be connected to, but I just my belief, this is me. Now I'm 34 years old, a different age group. I believe in loyalty, still believe in supporting the show because I believe she have a dream within the show and she still have a purpose and a message that she's trying to get out. Now, I do not believe in anybody disturbing their peace.
No,
So I
agreed.
look at both sides and understand, and it's not all about support Mel. This is her money, or this is, but I think from just kind of watching this particular live that you're doing on YouTube and just reading some of the comments before I said something, I'm thinking that people peace is getting disturbed.
Hmm.
And I,
Mhm.
I have a better understanding now. Cause I kind of was like, how can you say you love a person and then you say, you're not, I love Mel, but I'm not watching that show.
Hmm.
That's not helping her. But my peace matters. And if
Mhm.
that's the reason, thank you that I found out today. Cause I was a little,
I think it's that. I think that people, we see things on the show. Now this we got first what, 2 episodes. Last season it was pretty sanitized. There wasn't a whole lot going on in the season. More things happen off of that show than it does on the show. In fact, everything
Mhm,
happens off the show, child. Not
mhm.
most everything happens off the show, at least 90%. Um, and so things that you learn outside the show about the players, the cast members, or the relationships. And then when we watch the show, for those who are following that YouTube story, if that also makes it hard for them too. You have to be careful what you take in and what you walk away with. But I
Yeah,
do believe at the end of the day that it is really hard for Melody to do what she's doing.
I
Let's
think so too.
I think it's
Mhm.
hard for her to bring this story to the show. I think that she's doing it because she understands that she's leaving a footprint, and
That's
that
it.
Mhm.
and that people are hearing things, and she wants to get ahead of it and say, "Hey, this is what really happened." And I think
Thank
that that's
Thank
important.
you. Thank you.
Mhm.
You just explained it.
Okay.
And I appreciate because y'all have to understand. Um, I'm walking in a purpose. My first season, and I'm thinking in my head, oh, just that fast. I'm not watching your show, but I think it's different. It's a very different type of show, so I can't compare.
Has people
But
protested and said they're not watching your show?
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no, no.
Okay.
I was just kind of you. I understand that my show is much different, and
Mm-hmm.
I do believe Mel show came. It was a different. I always thought it was gonna be like more black excellence. It
Mm-hmm.
went a different direction. For some reason, I was just kind of like still digging her, and
Mm-hmm.
the people, some on the show,
Mm-hmm.
some people on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but now that I have my own reality show, just I realize it's just not the person that you support. What if majority of the people on this show is disturbing people peace?
Mm-hmm.
And mentioning Carlos, and yeah, I have to also understand is this is different this time.
Okay.
It's different. So I understand, because at first I was like, well, don't not watch her show, just really strongly,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm.
understand. But it being the person who was previously on the phone, I'm telling you, and I'm just talking to Dawn, and she was telling me, she was giving me
Mm-hmm.
wisdom, and I ended up watching a lot, and it connected to what the wisdom she gave me, and it made sense to me, because her thing is, hey, still follow Mel, because her purpose, her alignment is going in, and that's what I love about Mel, her alignment. No matter what platform she chooses to be on, to
Mm-hmm.
me, her alignment is in a correct space.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna end there, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I understand what you're saying, and I think it's to each his own at
Yeah.
this point. And we'll have to see what happens next. Um,
Okay.
the show from the very beginning, I understand some people are saying Black excellence. The show from the very beginning was for me because I didn't when it came on, it was about two friendships trying to figure out how to work together and bring this comeback group together. It
Mhm.
wasn't something that was happening and broke up. It was already broken, and that's the
True.
story I was following: a broken friendships and a possible broken marriage. And
True.
that's still, that's still the story. And I
True.
accept it for where it is. I don't. I'm not. It is what it is at this point. Um, you can only work with what you got.
You're right.
Work with what you got, child.
Ooh, it's deep. It's deep. It's deep.
It's
It's
deep.
See,
it's deep.
And there's plenty to choose from. That's the other thing. If you don't like this story, you can follow another story. It doesn't have to be this one. And I like to see what happens next. I like to see when Melody does say this is where I want to stop it. And did she write a book? Did she do a movie? What happens next?
Do you think she's gonna stop? Do you think?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't have an answer. I'm gonna be honest. Season 6, she left the stage, the reunion stage, and said, I ain't with none of y'all. I'm tired. I want to talk to everybody. This is where it is for me. And from what it sounds like, she may have quit. She was asked to come back, or they had a conversation.
Yeah.
She showed up in season 6 and said, I'm taking baby steps. I thought the baby steps was going to end at season 6. Again, I thought they were like, I'm done. But she
You,
came out ahead of it. She came out before the reunion even aired and said, I'm not quitting. And I thought that,
you you
mhm,
know, one of my most discouraged, when I was so discouraged, I think it was just one of those newbie technical issues. Y'all know I've been battling. Just imagine my brain, because
mhm,
I have
right.
imposter syndrome. And John got on that phone, guys. She said, fix your crown, young lady.
oh,
If she's given the leadership, if she have she's under the same leadership, follow the same publicist, I'm telling you, her team is encouraging her. Because
well,
it's been times I wanted to give up.
Right.
Because I,
Oh
I want
wow.
to, I don't want errors. I can't stand them. And I want everybody to watch it. I'm like, I'm trying to be the technical person.
Mm-hmm.
Don said, fix your crown, little girl. She
Oh
calls me little
wow.
girl. And that, I think about that.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact that's what she told me.
Okay. And at the end, she is
Definitely.
an inspiration. She's more of an inspiration than not.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
The fan base that everybody's talking about is the biggest one on the show.
yeah,
Period.
Mm-hmm.
So that means she's a star of the show, no matter what people
Right.
feel.
yeah,
And you can get really lost in the minutia of things, but you just got to keep focused. Period.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Such a beautiful conversation. I thank y'all for
Yeah.
bringing me on.
Thank you.
Oh Lord, this was good. This
Well,
was
I
good.
appreciate you coming over and visiting the channel. That is great. And I wish you the best of luck. And
Thank y'all.
we got your next season together.
Yes, yes, yes. We got some good stuff coming.
Okay.
And you opened
Good.
my eyes, and I thank you for answering my questions. Okay.
No problem. I'm happy I was able to answer it. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Thank you, Miss Sharnita. That was beautiful. I'm glad she had a chance to come up and ask. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Anywho, we were talking about that was really nice. I'm happy that she came up and asked. And I think that a lot of people are divided on whether they should watch or not watch. But
Yeah. A lot of
I,
people are a lot of opposing
mhm.
statements here in the comments, which is great. It's good to have a variety of opinion.
At the end of the day, I think that it's still making history, and I think that sometimes you don't see it until it's done. Just like the color
Right.
purple, everybody protested the color purple. Don't put that shit on TV. Don't put it at
Mm-hmm.
the movies. We don't want it to receive an Oscar, and now people can't stop talking about it. So many years later, it keeps showing up, right?
Right.
Sometimes you have to look at it that way. I've always been a person that can look outside of it to see what it looks like. Some are boycotting because Carlos King is no good, bling bling, and no one wants to support him. Many continue to support Mel by buying her products. And you just got to do what you got to do. I totally get it. I'm not, I don't know how to, I'm not here to make Carlos King good. I'm just saying that the show is literally changing a lot of people's opinions about things. And in this particular season, learning what abuse looks like is a big deal.
It's
Period.
learning what abuse looks like without physical abuse, right? That was my whole point of saying, like, it's this type of abuse is still abuse, and
Mhm.
bringing it to the screen is done like no other. And I think it's so important to get that story out there to other women and other men that might be going through it.
Okay.
And I wasn't saying it to be heavy or to be wrong or any of that. I was just really pointing it out. It's still a form of violence.
It is a form of
And light needs to be shed on it.
and light needs to be shed on it. Agreed. All right. So next we talked about Kimmy and Tisha. They meet up with
Sunny.
Sunny. Kimmy and Tisha
Mm-hmm.
meet up with Sunny, you guys. That's where we are. And Tisha said she didn't even know that Sunny was going to be there. She is a real good friend of Destiny, more than Kimmy's a good friend of Destiny. I don't think Kimmy and Destiny get along that well, especially after what happened in season 6. I don't think they get along that well. But Tisha
Mm-hmm.
is really good friends with Destiny, and she feels some kind of way about Sunny being a producer, getting all of Destiny's personal information, because you have to confide in your producer, and then taking that information and possibly going and snatching up Destiny's man, Moses. That's how she basically presented it. And what was your thoughts on this, clone?
I mean, I'm still taking it back to the fact that we are women that are only holding the woman accountable.
Okay.
We're not saying anything about what Moses should be doing or should have done or what responsibility he should have. As a matter of fact, Tisha called her trifling. She said, "You're a trifling female."
Woo! She did call her trifling. And then
Mm-hmm.
I heard she said, ain't nothing trifling about my love. And she actually was coming back at Tisha as hard as Tisha was trying to give it to her. basically saying, I didn't pursue a friendship with Destiny. All I did was work one season with the girl. Y'all trying to make it seem like I'm a friend.
Right.
Called me. I didn't call her. I don't care what y'all say. I'm still with him. He's my husband. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But Tisha was pretty nasty to Sunny in that scene. At least I thought she was.
She was very nasty.
Let's see. I don't believe that Tisha and Destiny are good friends. Okay. Well, let's say that's what they portray, that they're good friends. I agree. I did say earlier that none of them were friends. I still believe that they're just better friends when the show comes on than not. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's put it that way.
And not only that, Tisha is actually supporting Sunny, and Martell had the same problem, but for whatever reason, he gets a pass. That's another point of we are letting the men slide.
Mm-hmm. And men slide in real life too. So, I mean, we keep expecting the show to give us a different interpretation of what happens in real life. It doesn't happen like that.
I'm not expecting it to give me a different interpretation of what happens in real life. I'm just pointing out the fact that that's what's happening.
Okay. But it happens in real life. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So it happens in real life. I've never seen a man held to the fire when two women are in the picture. It's always the women. It's always pointing out that it's the women. It's somebody in the comments calling one of the women a hoe. It's always played out like that. And the man gets to sit back and tilt his hat this way, cross his leg, open his leg up for the next one. It does not matter. It is Cardi B and Offset and whoever else is in their relationship.
Bobby Brown. Yeah. They all get the pass. They all get the pass on it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think. But in the situation, they're basically coming for Sunny and saying, you had a responsibility too. Not Moses had a responsibility to you. And I guess they don't even know Moses enough to tell him that story. But they are beating the hell up out of Sunny. And Sunny is sitting in it and she's taking it. And I don't know. My question is, I know there's people in the comments who probably feel away. I saw that a little earlier. I don't feel any kind of way that Sunny's with Moses. We weren't introduced to Moses as an audience member, barely. And Destiny was in an off and on again relationship that she never asked for pure clarification for, as far as I understand it. If you can let a man walk out of your life for months without a phone call, without anything, and then he shows up married, what do you want to happen? And she said, listen, it happened quick for us. We didn't even have an engagement party. We just went right into marriage.
Right. And then right into a divorce.
Who went into a divorce?
Didn't she get divorced as quickly as she got married?
Sunny?
Oh no, I meant Destiny.
Oh no. Sunny is the one who said, Sunny said, well, there was no engagement party for us. We just
gotcha.
Get engaged. We just got married. So that's how she played it. That she wanted Tisha and Kimmy to know, I couldn't have stopped what was going on between he and I to give Destiny a heads up because we was just living our lives and enjoying ourselves, basically. So she was just letting her know, I don't know why you think I owe Destiny anything. I do not. I don't know what story she told y'all about her and I being friends. We weren't. And the only person that owed her anything, if someone did owe her something, would have been Moses. And she's not demanding that shit from him. I attempted to give her a call and talk to her about it. She did not take my call. I sent her a text. That's how she said it. I'm neutral here. I don't feel one way or the other. I don't think that she's the type of person who is looking to go after Destiny. I think that she really just, or even go after Moses. I think it really was, they just met up and they end up liking each other and falling in love. That's what I think.
I don't think they were friendly, personally.
You don't think who was friendly? Destiny and Stormy, or excuse me, Destiny and Sunny.
Sunny, right. Yep. I don't.
Said that she was away from the show for a year. So it wasn't like she was her producer for 15 years. She did, like, I guess, a season A or B. And then she said there was a whole year that went past before she even moved forward with a relationship with him.
Right.
Before she even met Moses, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's see what y'all got to say. Sorry. Y'all still talking about Mel. Let's see. Tisha is the biggest coward. Tisha is the
What?
biggest coward and violator of the so-called girl code. Why can't she have a solo conversation, woman to woman? Destiny was a side chick. Sunny doesn't owe her anything. This is coming from Cassandra. Cassandra has very strong feelings about this. Let's see. Marilyn said, I don't feel no type of way. Moses and Destiny were F partners, period. That's what I got. They wasn't in no full-blown relationship ever. He was who she cheated on her husband with, okay, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
And is why he asked G. I don't know who that is. I will say that she has never been able to give a timeline on her relationship other than that was my boy. Like we were, you know, how did she say it? That was my ace. That was my ace. Like 15 years is a long time, right?
Right.
Destiny, and this goes for anybody who's sleeping with somebody on and off for 15 years. Girl, if he gets married on you, it is what it is. Who cares? You shouldn't even want to tell that story. That's how bad that story is. Okay, it's dumb. I agree with you, Diana. I don't think it's a problem. So for me, I'm good. I know people are saying that they think Moses might have more issues, and he might. He might. Carlucifer should have left Destiny wherever she was. She's still doing the same BS. She has not changed her stripes. I know that based on what I heard. V. Jackson said, agree with Sunny. Where's the smoke? When was Destiny betrayed by Melody? When Destiny betrayed Melody. Okay, where was the smoke when Destiny betrayed Melody is what you're asking.
Right.
Moses is going to make Sunny look real stupid. Watch what I tell you. So there's a lot of people who feel this way, that feels like it's Moses who's going to end up doing something to Sunny and making her look bad in the same way he made Destiny look bad. Kimmy got her nerve. She literally stole a man and then demanded an apology on national TV from a woman she stole. Now that's that's a special kind of evil. Did she get that apology, child?
No. Kaya ain't apologizing to nobody.
Kaya was like, well, I didn't know you even felt that way. So how am I supposed to apologize?
Right. Yeah.
No woman in her right mind wants corny Marceau and Maurice. Correct.
Right.
Okay. So now let's get to the last scene, right? Was this the last scene?
Yes. Mel and Kiki was the last scene.
Mel and Kiki are the last scene, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It was like watching a train wreck.
It was like watching a train wreck. You know why? You know why it was like watching a train wreck? Because Kiki had plenty of time to reflect on this and give an answer. And this is the one she came up with. That was like, that's the disappointing part for me. Where I was like, girl, it wasn't like you had to respond within an hour. You had weeks, months before you had to come on the show and do this.
Baby, the door is closed, okay? The
Yeah,
door.
I know.
Melody said, God bless you on your journey, child.
I know. That part made me cringe. I was like, oh no, not the bless you on your journey. I will say this though. I'm hoping that Kiki gets more scenes, because if they brought her on to basically embarrass her like this and then be like, sorry girl, you're out. That's the worst. So I'm really hoping that they give her more scenes. I'm hoping that they didn't just dog her out like that.
Yeah. When I said the door was closed, I meant it. She's done. If
No.
or how does she get more scenes? Melody literally says to her, this scene between Melody and Kiki is about Melody addressing Kiki and saying, listen, I brought you on the show. This is literally what Mel said to her. I brought you on the show to talk about addiction, how you overcame your addiction, a book that you were supposed to write.
Mm-hmm.
What else did she say? She said, you came on and did something completely opposite. Now,
she basically said, I'm taking it seriously and you're not. And I told you ahead of time, girl, why do you have Luther up? She said, I'm taking this seriously because I've got 4 mouths to feed. You're clearly not taking this seriously.
I literally did it because this was another scene where I was suffering secondhand embarrassment for Kiki. So someone said that Kiki got fired on national TV. Kiki sat there and she had this look on her face that was it was like a combination of agony and confusion and defeat. It was such a bad energy that she was giving.
Not only was it a bad energy, the girl had the nerve to say, hang on, I'm losing battery power. Hopefully I don't get kicked off here. The girl had the nerve to say, I'm 100% humble. In what life?
She threw her mother under the bus yet again in the scene. She threw her mother under the bus by saying, my mom, the scene in Texas where Melody is trying to let Destiny know you might be doing too much, right?
Right.
Destiny fussing with Tisha or about Tisha in the scene. The counselor is trying to get trying to get Kiki's attention. Y'all remember that scene right here where Melody got in Kiki's face? Well, Kiki said that she felt abandoned. She did not feel like Melody had her back. And the only person that had her back in that scene was Stormy. This is what she tells Mel. And she said, I was feeling away, but not just about you. It wasn't like I got on the phone and said to my mom, Melody, 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 Melody. I was telling her about what happened when I filmed and all of the components, not just you.
Right.
And she said, my mom ended up having a conversation that became, about you when it was all said and done on the internet that day. Mel had this look on her face like, are you serious? And she was like, and you could have came and told me what happened. And she said, I don't like confrontation. I don't like to have confrontation. And that's when Mel said, well, I know you lying.
Yes, that was great. She was like, you threw a whole drink in your cousin's face.
You threw a whole drink in your cousin's face. And you want that you can't just stand up in the moment and tell me what you have to say. And she was like, I hate that my mom did that. I'm still mad at my mom to this day. And I was like, no,
wrong thing to say.
Okay. She very was giving me Martell energy.
Right. You Martelled the whole situation. Not only did you Martell it by talking about your moms, but you Martelled it by actually bringing up something about Tisha. This situation is not about Tisha. Why are you deflecting, ma'am?
Yep. Mel ended up smiling at her because she knew in that moment, I'm not going to get any truth out of you. So she makes a smirk on her face. And I was like, she is so into blaming anybody else except herself that she can't even read the energy right now. She's just like, I sincerely apologize, but it was my mom. And I was like, girl, if you would have just said, Mel, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I can't do anything more than that. But by the end of it, Melody was like, I'm just in a place in my life right now where I got to know whether you're for me or against me.
Right.
And I don't have space for anybody else. And she actually said the words, I am climbing to the top and there's some people I'm going to have to let go anyway. So you might as well take the next ticket on down to the bottom, child. I was sitting there like, God damn, she's really killing.
Oh, that's funny.
She said, you might as well go on, child. I had to let a few people off this ride any damn way.
Right, exactly. The door is open. Just get right on off. That's a shame.
The door is not open though, child.
I mean, it's open for her to leave.
The door is closed. The door is still closed. Okay. Anyway, y'all. That's pretty much it. I'm looking at your comments. Let's see. I don't know if anybody else, since we had Miss Shanita come up, I don't know if anybody else would like to come up for 2 minutes or say something. I'll put the invite out here just to see. Y'all can come up and ask me questions or ask clone questions, child. We'll see. It was funny. It was funny, but it was sad at the same damn time, child.
It was a jam-packed episode. It was
funny. The episode itself was hilarious.
What's wrong?
I didn't see my comment. Here we go. Here's the plan. We replaced the pin if you'd like to come up. You definitely can. And depending on how many people we come up, we'll just have one at a time come up. But anyway, she really did dog her.
Mm-hmm.
See, blonde hair Mel is back. When she walked out, she said that's when she got her. That's when she knew blonde haired Mel was back.
That's
Now,
right.
it's triggering and it's supporting DV and CA. They got paid. They tear down CCs. There are other ways to support Mel, and those of us who boycott the show support her in those ways. That's great. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing
Mm-mm.
wrong with you supporting Mel, however you choose to support Mel. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way, personally. I was embarrassed for her too. It was embarrassing for sure. I wish people would stop acting like Mel is this weak, shrinking flower when she can hold her own with each and every one of them and their mamas.
Exactly.
I've never said that I saw her in those moments. I think she's always been strong. And she's a thinker, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There was an article that came out maybe last
She's
summer.
a strategic thinker. Yep.
Yes, strategic thinker. Last summer there was an article that came out talking about how did they put it? It was Crystal XO.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot the name of the magazine, but Crystal XO came on and she said, listen, Melody knows how to win every time. She knows how to play the game of reality TV. And I said that we talked about it. Did you talk about it with me too?
Yes.
Okay. We talked about that article. And I said, people don't understand that it's a game. It may be real life, but it's still a game. And any word that comes out of your mouth can be used against you at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know what you're gonna do, what you're gonna talk about, how you're gonna play it. Unfortunately for Kiki, she was playing her real life on social media, and she needed to play her real life on the show. Hey, Gigi.
Hey, Diana.
Hi.
Okay, so yes, the show was loaded and confusing all at the same time to me. And the reason why, one of the things, the first thing confused me was Stormy saying, I think Kiki is lying, but I don't know if I trust her. When you know she's lying, you know
Yeah.
everything that happened. Okay, that
Right.
just took, like, why can't they just say the truth of what they know?
Mm-hmm.
And that confused me because we all know what happened, Stormy, and so do you. You were right there. I'm just saying. So that confused me. That scene confused me. And then, yeah, Tisha, Stormy, I mean, Sunny kind of took that well because she was rude out the gate, and I don't think I could have taken it. But at the same time, that storyline, I'm over it because they're married. So at this
They
point,
are
us
married.
rehashing it over and over again of what happened and how they got there, it doesn't matter. They're married. And
Right.
I do agree with Clone when she said that everybody's going after Stormy, but I mean Sunny, but nobody's going after Moses. Because
Right.
Moses was the one, he knows more than what she knows. She only knows what he told her.
Right.
Correct.
And if you listen to some of the stuff that he was saying, he was like, well, she left in January. And Mel said, well, did you break up with her or something? And he said no. But the next time he said something about her child custody or she was hanging out with other people, which made no sense of to how he got with Sunny to me. But
Hold
he was
on.
kind of,
That's not even what he said, girl. He said she wasn't being the woman I needed
oh,
her.
I
that
needed her to
is what he
be.
said. That's exactly
Yeah.
what he
I
said.
literally was holding on to the couch like, bitch, I know you lying. I know you
And then
lying.
yeah, because then he say that the woman that he needed her to be that he got that in Sunny. I think did he say
Right.
that?
And Sunny said,
Yes.
I know how to take care of my man. Like that whole part was like, oh, just scratch your eyes out at this point because it was cringe. It was cringe. But that's the type of man Destiny likes. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that out there. That's her type of dude.
I've said this before, and I'm gonna say this when it comes to this cast on this show. You know, tonight, when I was this I watched it the first time. I never said I wasn't gonna watch it. I watched the first episode and I was baffled by it too. I watched this episode and I'm still baffled by it. And the reason why I'm baffled because we all know you're right, Diana. So much happens on YouTube that doesn't make it to the show. I think Mel is going to drag a little bit over next week, and I'm glad. But I think that they don't realize that their actions cause a reaction in so many things that they do and say. Like
Mm.
Stormy, when she was saying, "I think Kiki," or "You know your mom." I can't cuss, but I want to cuss and say, "Girl, you know what happened. So just tell what happened." You know, it's like I'm sick of the show. I'm not sick of it because it's dark to me. It does kind of get on my nerves, but it only get on my nerves because of the fact that we know the truth and they won't tell the truth. You
So
know,
what
like they.
truth do you want them to tell? This is a
I
good
want.
conversation.
Okay.
So tell me what you would like to hear them say on TV because go
Oh,
ahead.
I could tell you.
Mhm.
What I want them to say is number one, Martell, you know you lying. We heard your baby mama say all of this other stuff because not only did she talk about Mel, she talked about them, but he's blaming the millimeters and not blaming Arion.
Mhm.
And we know everything that Arion said about him and his wife, but that's not making it to the show. And
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
they're saying, he said, well, you can't be something about male deplorable fans. Male, in his word, deplorable fans didn't say anything about the video. His baby mama said something about the video that he was trying to put out. I
Right.
want them to I want them to tell the truth. Stop trying to blame it on. First, it was they were trying to blame everything on Mel to me, and now they're trying to blame everything on her fans. They're
Mhm.
not telling the truth. It's like they're just jumping over stuff and
Mhm.
not just taking it head on. You know, and then he said male deplorable fans. And while I'm sitting on my couch, I said, so Tisha, your mama deplorable too, because she on social media wilding out as well. So at the same time, I just want them to start to let it line up, say how it happened, make it make sense. Stop trying to blame it all on Mel and just say what the hell happened. So
Mhm.
everybody will know.
So Mel's going to tell what happened. It sounds like next week. We're
Yeah.
going to
Ooh,
get we're going to
yes.
get that part. I have to say I like the balance in the situation at that they are going to let Mel tell what happened. I want to hear Tisha's reaction because it looks like she
Yeah.
cussed a little bit, and I want to see what she has to say and if she even brings up what has happened to her because of that girl. Now we saw Kimmy
Mhm.
2 seasons ago, maybe when it was Jalen's housewarming party, tell Martell, you let that girl come into my shit and I don't play that. You can't come to the party because I shouldn't even be a conversation in her mouth. And then it sounds like she's going to have another conversation like that with Martell this season, where she said, you're not holding the right people accountable. So I have to see what she's actually, who she's talking about,
I
um,
hope so.
based on the conversation. But there's things that may come and we're just not getting it yet. We're in episode 2. I expected a different conversation with Marceau and Maurice, not because just for the TV purpose, but
Hmm.
they said it what I thought they would say. That's about right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of
Mhm.
the day, I can't expect anything from them. I don't actually. Their problem right now is with Melody's fan base, and not necessarily with Martell's girlfriend. Is what it sounds like to me. They went out of their way to avoid saying your girlfriend. So let it be. I hope more tapes come out about what they was doing. How many times has she said Tisha playing it smart? She gonna leave Marceau's ass as soon as she get X, Y, and Z together.
She did. She did say it. She
She
said
said
that
it
She said
more
it
than
more
once.
than one time. She did. She said
Exactly.
that
She
Tisha was stacking her money and she was going to leave.
more
Mhm.
than once.
And
That
I know if we heard it, Wanda heard it. I know they know about it. So at the same time, but you're right, Diana. That's what I said. Actually, somebody made a comment, and I was like, "Y'all, it was only one season. Let's just one episode. Let's see what the rest." So I'm gonna hold on and see exactly what the rest of them are. I've kind
mhm,
of backed off on YouTube like daily because you hear so many different versions of what people think that happens. I don't listen to a
Mhm.
lot of YouTubers. I have just a few that I listen to, but I've kind of just backed off because if you listen to it over and over again, it can get dark. Because
Yeah.
I agree, I don't think Martell should be on this show. I think that is a form of abuse. And I think, to me personally, of what he did to Melanie, I think that Carlos having him on this show is basically rubbing abuse in her face. And I think that's ridiculous. That's just personally how I feel. But I'm
Mhm.
gonna watch it and see how it plays out at the end, and then I'll determine. I'm gonna watch it because I'm gonna support Mel. Mel is a single mom with 4 kids, and I like Mel and I like the show, so I'm gonna keep watching it. But
Mm-hmm.
if it gets, but I kind of backed off of YouTube because it starts to get too much.
Yeah.
So I kind of listen
Mm-hmm.
to just a few people, but I don't want to hear it over and over and over and over and over every day because after a while it
You gotta
starts to sink
protect
in.
your mind, child.
Yeah, you do. You have to, and I have, and I've
You
had
have to
because I was
protect
like,
your
this is
mind,
too much. Yeah.
and that's
So, but
true.
yeah,
I agree with
that's all I
you,
got.
and I really try to pay attention to what Melody, her energy and what she's saying and doing. And this conversation has been super heavy. It's been heavy since the day he got arrested. And actually it's been heavy since the Carson Blue shit came out last year.
Yes.
This conversation has not stopped. And so for me, I agree with you. I have been really careful about what I take in. I've been really careful about what I put out. I've been cussed out about it. People have said a lot of crazy things, but I can't carry that. That is
Yeah.
not mine to carry,
Mm-hmm.
Mel's to carry. And so when she went down in August of 2023 and did what she was supposed to do, that's moving her story. And that's all that can happen. When everybody kept saying she needs to, why hasn't she had this person arrested? And people were getting frustrated about how she made decisions to move forward with her story, her real story. You know what I'm saying? Not just
Yeah.
the storyline. This is her real life, her real story. You have to give people the space to make the choices they need to make for themselves. Otherwise, they'll just go backwards. If you're not ready to do these things, you won't do them. People
Mm-hmm.
don't you just need to leave, girl. You can leave if you want, but if you're not ready, you're going to walk right back into that situation and something even worse can happen to you.
Yeah.
So let people do stuff on their time. Let them figure it out. Because even though people are saying, we told you what to do online, you don't know their full story. She's not
Yeah.
telling us everything. She's
No.
not telling us everything. And she'll put little messages up like the one she did yesterday, child. This
I
one,
didn't even see it.
this one, where she's saying, I'm feeling blessed, at peace, rested, positive, successful, happy. And then she said, if you ain't on this kind of time, stay away from me. It sounded like she was saying, don't come bringing me no bad news, child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went,
I don't blame her.
she Ernestined us, okay? From the
Yeah. I don't blame. I didn't see. I didn't even see that post because I kind of just I had to step back a little bit because it's just to hear it over and over and over. And I was engaging, so just because they put it out there, don't mean I have to engage. But I was engaging too much, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is starting to get on my nerves." So I had to kind of
Mm-hmm.
just
yeah,
tiptoe back. Yeah.
take in what you can take in. Don't take in what you can't. Mel will get there. This is a woman who lost everything. Let's keep this in mind. Not
Mhm.
lost everything. She literally walked away from it. If she can walk away from Martell and all the money that was sitting on the table, because she walked away from it too. We talk about Martell losing $1 million ticket. Melody lost $1 million ticket too.
Mhm.
Was that not her money too?
That was her
Yeah,
money
she had to
too.
gain it back on her own, but you're right. She had to
She
start from
lost
square one.
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar lottery
Mm-hmm.
ticket too. They both lost it. That's
Mm-hmm.
a lot
Yeah.
of money. And think about all the shit they had to do to get to that one place. And then boom, it's gone away. I'm divorced and I'm walking away from everything. I don't even give two shits. But she had
Mm-mm.
to rebuild that, and it's come faster for her because she was on this show. If it wasn't for the show, she wouldn't be where she is.
Now, well, she told Kiki that tonight.
Oh,
You
did
know,
she
she
say that?
said, well, she
Okay.
didn't tell her in so many words. She basically told Kiki, I got 4 bottles to feed, you know, because Kiki
Right.
was going back. She basically was telling her, like, I got my children. I got to take care of my children. This is how I take care of my children. And
Mm-hmm.
Kiki was, we all know that story. And that's all I was saying. It's like, I felt Mel was being more authentic in that situation than
Right.
Stormy was.
Okay. I think that I actually didn't mind Stormy's conversation with her. I think that Stormy, when a person doesn't want to be held accountable,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that she knew that she didn't want to have the conversation that way. And so she kind of got her to say, it's my fault. And when she did, she stopped her. She was like, that's it. Don't say nothing else. She literally said, don't say nothing else. I don't want to hear the reason why. You said enough. That's it. Which is, that's what you say to someone you know is about to lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you tell
Exactly.
someone that you know is about to lie. You say, don't tell me nothing else. Thank you for even taking accountability, and let's end it here.
Mm-hmm.
And then in her confessional, she said, I believe she was lying. And
Mm-hmm.
that's, you know, that's
She
about
did say that? Yeah, she did. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I just kind of wanted to see, you know, where you guys' head was with that.
Appreciate you. Thank you,
All
Gigi.
righty.
Thank
Okay.
you, PG.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Well, that is it, y'all. We are going to, let's see. Stormy didn't want Kiki to implicate her part in the bullshit. Stormy didn't want her to implicate her part. So what do you think Stormy had to do with the child? Y'all, Stormy got something to do with it too? That's crazy. Maybe she did. But anyway, we've been on for a while, almost we're 20 minutes to 2 hours. But we're going to wrap it up then. And I appreciate everybody who came over to join the chat tonight. It's been amazing. Thank you to all of the moderators who came over to hang out, all the guys and girls who hung out to listen to the live show. Thank you to Sharnita's World. Thank you, Miss Gigi. Thank you, Clone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate everybody for coming up, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.